Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you more BSL 15 Asian Championships. We're in the loser match. The loser here is out of BSL. We're in game number 2 between Rain and XuanXuan. XuanXuan that last game doing a 2-base all-in. Unable to make it work on long and against Rain. So Rain does have the advantage here. We'll see if XuanXuan wants to all-in once again. We're on Sylphid. Another map that's like flat to begin, which can make it a little bit tricky. Yeah, let's wait and see what his play is going to be here. And of course, on Rain's side, how do you want to play against him, right? You know he's an aggressive player. There's no way that these two don't know each other from their scene. And of course, you know, in a scene like this, like the top players, of course, all know each other and kind of like what the general style is. Now, it looks like this is going to be a center gate. Okay, that's kind of interesting from Rain. It's not a bad play. We'll see if it's one center gate or two, because a single center gate you can kind of macro out of, and 2 is pretty all in. Like, there are games where like certain amounts of damage can technically occur that'll make the game somewhat even, but generally you win or lose based off what the Zealots do. Okay, it is going to be just a single gate, so he's going to be able to continue to make probes behind this. Obviously, you're cutting a little bit, but you're looking to gain that value back. So Rain definitely looking to be the aggressor here. Now, this is a very cool building placement we have. This is a very small hole. It also corrects mining for this patch. You can correct this in another way, but it can go wrong later on. This will keep it perfect the entire time. Here, there's an offensive gas, very, very annoying. But you can put a depot here, where if there's a refinery here, there's 2 micro holes for the Marines. With an assimilator, I don't think that's the case, but he still has this single micro hole. So yeah, very hard to infiltrate with Zealots, this kind of location. But how does XuanXuan want to do this against the offensive gas? That is a very annoying thing to have happen on a 3-player map, but it's common enough that you're not entirely worried about it. Like, you've faced it before. It's not like a 4-player map offensive gas. When that happens, you're just kind of like, what? But here, XuanXuan will actually get that first scout. So that's kind of nice. That'll tell him that there is, in fact, a proxy gate out there. He'll be able to prepare for those Zealots. Turns around for a moment. Goes back in. He's going to see the gas. And as soon as he sees the gas and the probe count, he's going to know that it is a single proxy gate. And all he needs to do is make those Marines and micro them well. So... a second barracks being added. Now, one thing to mention, well, he does see it, of course, but I wanted to mention that the assimilator actually has longer vision than refineries do, so he would have seen that anyways. So, nice using that little micro hole, pulls back. Ooh, the Zealot does end up getting that SCV, so not bad so far. Coming down here, he kills off the probe, which is very nice, and I think this is a reasonably placed bunker. Oh. Loses another SCV, so already this is doing well. Ooh, nice SCV block there from XuanXuan. Ends up losing a Marine, but not the end of the world. Okay, so now with 3 Marines in here, this Zealot gonna pop. Okay, everything looking pretty good for XuanXuan. There is a cybernetic score on the way. Yeah, adds a second gate. I was gonna say that's very important. At this point, when you see that there are 2 Raxes and a bunker, you shouldn't even bring your Zealots in anymore. All that can happen is that they get weakened, and when you see the second Rax, like, I think it might be okay to come in and scout this, but then you have to run right away. Because if he loses these 2 Zealots, there's no chance you're going to hold on against a counterattack. Like, the amount of Marines that are going to be out here is going to be absurd. Oh. XuanXuan walks way too far forward. Loses additional Marines here. Okay, loses 3 additional Marines. Realistically, like, losing 1 there is okay, but that's a little bit sloppy. But either way, he killed every Zealot. His economy's not that bad. He's bringing a bunch of SCVs as well. Range just started. 3 Marines can beat a goon without range, right? So there's going to be 2 goons against... Well, here's 4 Marines, 2 at a time coming up, and a ton of SCVs. So this will be partially micro-based, but it looks good for XuanXuan. I would prefer his position to Rain's, no doubt about that, especially with this goon way out on the map. This thing is not going to be able to help for a long time. 2 SCVs going after this pylon. Oh my god, this is just craziness. A second pylon going down. This goon walks through the rally. Okay. Well, XuanXuan going to end up taking this game down against Rain. A big mistake there, having his goon rally through that attack. This goon coming back up and doing a little bit of a flank, which is nice, but the bunker gets up, which is a huge, huge problem. When range finishes, you can technically pick that off, but look at this. He actually surrounds him. This huge amount of SCVs he brought beginning to pay off, surrounding both Dragoons. Going to get those kills, and that is really going to be the game. It's almost impossible for me to see how this could end otherwise. I guess he has 2 range goons coming up. Let's just take a look real quick before completely calling it. Okay, he can't mine from these 5 patches, so he can mine with about 4 probes. That's painful. Another one coming up here. Range is finishing. He's got to save his probes. That's, like, incredibly important. Oh, my God. The probes being absolutely massacred. That is going to be that. We should be seeing a GG pop out pretty quickly here, I think. Well, okay, at home, there's 9 SCVs. No gas yet. No additional upgrades. Okay, so these positions get so bizarre. This is turning into a base trade. On Rain's side, he actually has enough minerals to rebuild the Nexus, because I was going to say you could literally float something here, and it's a draw at best for Rain. But in this case, since he can make a Nexus, it could end up turning elsewhere. Oh, my God. Not sure what else he was looking at, but I guess it was more important than his last units. Nexus gets started. But you have enough SCVs that you can literally just repair this forever. You know, until you run out of minerals. So you can, like, slowly increment to better and better stuff. The SCVs over here still helping to fight. Wouldn't mind seeing those drilled back home. And all he has to do is continually repair this. You can get his gas and kind of build up in his own time. It looks like he wants to... Maybe he just brings all of his units down in flanks. Honestly, like, you can win kind of in any way you want at this point as XuanXuan. The best micro in the world. Like, if one of these Dragoons was Bisu and the other was Rain, like, they would not be able to win. All right, so that's going to be that. XuanXuan going to pick up game number 2 against a very cheesy Rain with his own counter, very aggressive play, but, yeah, GG.